Hi. So I just wanted to do a little bit of show and tell on some of the headers that I put on my Corvette. Uh, just show some pictures that I took, and I actually didn't take any video. I wish I had. And let's get to it here. Let's do this, and let's do this. There we go. Okay, so I got some headers off of eBay for my 1990 C4 Corvette, and I just want to share a little bit about them, what I liked, what I didn't like, and share some of the pictures I have before I lose them, or I don't know where I'm going to save these, but and I might be able to find some other later. But this is the first picture I was going to show you, and it is the passenger side. So we're looking straight down, and they are stainless headers. And I've clipped the air rails off the top. I got these off eBay for about 500 bucks, and not bad, not bad. If you look by the mouse here, you can see that's actually they actually have really good plug clearance on them. And unfortunately, if you see down here, can I zoom in this viewer? I don't know. Yes, I can. Let's zoom in a bit. Okay, so we got the main pipes. They're on. And if you look over here, it is very close. Now, the photo does not show that it is not touching. It, in fact, is not touching because I hit it with a hammer to make enough clearance, and it actually goes pretty good. But the trade-off for having to hit this and clearance it is that I actually have good plug clearance, and I no longer cry or have to cut myself on those stupid heat shields on the stock ones from the stock manifolds. And as you can see, I used the Stage 8 locking header bolts. I didn't bother putting the locks on yet, but they fit pretty good here, and they've got the hex centers. It's on the hex on the outside, and then it's the hex-sized Allen keys on the centers to actually get in there. And I have to say, I'm pretty pleased with those details of it. The flanges are quite thick. I'm going to zoom back in here. We'll get to some other pictures in a sec. The flanges are quite thick. I should have measured them. I'll tell you. I'll do that on another video. Go make an in-person one. And they didn't warp. They're pretty flat. They came with a very thick gasket as well. So let's see. Can I? Oh yeah, here we are. I guess we'll just do the next one in order. Sure. Next up, we have the bottom. So I took this one underneath the car, and so they're 4-into-1 headers, and we put a little bit of a collector extension on the end there that I'm going to clamp the rest of the exhaust to. The bottom of the gearbox you can see there, so the front of the car is to the right. And one thing that I didn't like about these headers, I don't know if this is the worst, but they were they're outboard. They end up coming outboard more. If someone had the capability to bend the whole header in, that would be awesome. I guess, I mean, that's what custom headers are. You put things in and then it gets cut to size and welded together. So the next step was probably going to be custom headers. But I thought, hey, for 500 bucks, why not try these? And if I had to hammer them or cut them or do surgery, that it'd probably be worth the learning experience. And so, let's see here. What do we got? The clearance is actually okay here. There's a heat shield on the body. And now this is actually where the cats, I have a 1990 and it has 2 pre-cats and 1 main cat. So now it has a super duper 1 main cat and no pre-cats, but it's still catted. And those little pre-cats used to be up here. So there's heat shielding. You can see the, start to zoom in here a bit. You can see the black tag on the ZF there. Got the heat shield on the fuel lines here, which I left in. And by the way, these are stainless. They're pretty high grade of stainless. A magnet does not stick to it at all. And the stock manifolds that came off the car were supposed to be, I mean, the manual says they're supposed to be stainless, but a magnet stuck to them just like anything steel. So we've got those thick gaskets in here. Nothing's been leaking, which is great. Zoom back out. Let's see what we got on the next picture here. Any other comments? There we go. This is the driver's side. Nope, this is still the passenger side. So this is looking down. So it's okay for clearance. Because they're stainless and the type that they are, they actually don't throw off a lot of heat due to radiation. It's actually pretty good. And that was the main reason that I wanted to go to these. I mean, I think the car does sound better. I think these type of Corvettes should have long tube headers to make them, the type of Corvette that they're supposed to be. But the main problem with the stock manifolds I was having was that they were throwing off quite a bit of heat, and they were just cooking all the wires. Everything is brittle around them, and you can put your face in there, you can open the hood, and it's just throwing off tons of heat. And now they're good. They don't throw a lot off at all. You can open the hood, you can stick your face like pretty close, and it's just kind of warm a little bit. Now don't touch them. I did burn some wires that were accidentally dangling and touching on my oxygen sensor and stuff. And they burnt right away. So it is hot. It is very hot, but it's just not throwing off the heat, and that's really good. One instance though, where they were throwing off heat was after I had been driving under wide open throttle for a bit, and then they were throwing off a bit more. But the stock ones were throwing it off a high amount of heat all the time. So I'm very pleased about that. So I definitely recommend stainless type of headers. Now if we look in here, so now we're on the driver's side. They cleared excellently. By the way, that's my favorite thing about them, is the heat. They did the job that I bought them for. Second most favorite thing would be the plug clearance, and I don't have any pictures with the plugs in yet, but they come way out so much better. And down here, you can see we've got, what one was this? I think this is the line for the, I've got a block heater on mine, and I'm going to have to reroute it later. But in the meantime, I've wrapped it in some tinfoil, and it's doing okay. This is that's the oil filter there, and that's kind of leaking. There's the corner of the valve covers are dripping down on that, so not so good. I did have to, there's a heat shield here down by the brake lines. I had to bend that a bit and flex it to get it out of the way to make room for these pipes here. I did not want to hammer more pipes if I could get away with it. I'll show you the other pictures later. Hopefully of the other side. This is a stock exhaust. Well, a really hacked up stock exhaust. So you can see up here, this is where the precats used to be. This is how I got the car. Somebody had welded some pipe in there, so it comes down over there. And they've welded like 3 different sections of pipe in here for the main cat. And that part's been cut, bent shut? I don't know. Anyways, in the meantime, I'm just going to hook them up with a sort of a custom Y, just in the meantime, and try them out, make sure that I'm going to leave them on long term, and then get a proper rest of the exhaust from this cat back. Maybe go to a dual system, or there's other options in there. But if you look at the stock pipe diameter, that's not it's not that big. I think it's 2 1/4 on there, and the collectors on these headers are they're 2 1/2. So there you go. So I just cut off from there. And let's see, what else we got here? Again, showing their shine. Oh, yes. Okay, so on the passenger side, they were contacting the floor just at the corner. So I actually took the heat shield off that side as well, and they're still just rubbing just a little bit. And so I was going to think of possibly just clearancing the floor just a little bit in there. We'll see. Or possibly if I can somehow grab the header and just twist everything just a little bit. I don't know if that's going to be possible there. And then over here you can see the nice shine. They shine pretty good. And they turned a lovely golden color and then actually went back to a metal metallic cover. Looks like they're touching something up here, but they're not. That's actually closer. This is that lower frame brace here. So they go up there. So it's pretty good. And they look fairly equal length. I was going to measure them before, but there you go. They do not hang down very far. This side is pretty good. The part that does hang down is when you put a clamp on it, and the body of the clamp might hang down. So there you go. Now let's see, anything else? This is just a zoomed out part back here. I did put some heat shield, some fire sleeve on the that's the battery cable down to the starter there. I'll zoom in a bit on that. I kind of recommend that anyways. The dipstick also is just floating there. I'm gonna have to figure out what I want to do with that. Maybe put it under this bolt or do something else with it. So there, that's down there. Again, you can see the good plug clearance on here. Well, if I had plugs in. My heads on this one are the aluminum heads, the 113 heads. They have angle plugs. And there's so much clearance on these that I'm wondering if they actually made it to fit the straight plugs as well. So that'll be handy later. Now, what other pictures we got here? We are at, well, let's see here. Let's see what's up next. Oh, yes. Okay, one thing I wanted to point out as well, back here, we have the temperature sensor in the side of the block. There's one of the plugs. There's the other plug. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that space here. I was able to get a plug socket on it, the ones with the hex at the end, and the full-length ones, not the shorty ones. I'm still going to get a shorty one, I think. But I was able to get it on there and get a wrench in there, so that was much more convenient. When you're putting the headers in and out, you do have to take out the temperature sensor there, which was kind of fun. Take it out, poke your finger in that, stop the coolant coming out, grab the plug or whatever, put it in there. I just got a flat plug in the meantime. I had some sort of like a what is it? I think it's 1/8 of an inch. The NPT threaded, where it's kind of angled and you just screw it in and gradually welds itself, or wedges itself in there. I do recommend putting the Teflon tape around it, just one swipe. There's the other plug coming out here. You can't see, but it is above the other pipe there, so good stuff for that. Okay, what's next? Oh, just another view here. I'll zoom in again for you. Fits right in there. That's the connector hanging down. That's the dipstick tube out of the way. Zoomed in a fair amount, but there you go. But just for a sense of scale, there's the spark plug and there's the flange, so it's a good size. Okay. Back up here. Now, it's just getting other stuff roughed in here. I'm going to zoom in again. Spark plug wires. I got those Moroso retainers. Much better than the stock ones. They keep the wires way out of the way. And again, as you can see, they poke right in. And look at all that room. Well, again, so I thought that maybe they are set up for the straight plugs. We had room in there. I can't really see going back there. But there you go. Any other pictures? Okay. That's again zoomed out. Oh, you can't see it here. Underneath the AC compressor. Oh, by the way, I put this in from the bottom. I'll try and see if I got more pictures. This one went in through the bottom, no problem at all. Minus the hammering that I had to do for the clearance, just for the edge of that, the edge of the box. And I had to hammer the middle ones as well because of the frame rail. In this case, I'm just gonna try it. I'm gonna run it and see how it goes. And enjoy taking my spark plugs out easily. The left side is lower. The left side hangs lower a little bit here. And what do we got? Zoom in. I got a couple of these. My car used to have a leaking front seal, so that's why there's all this oily rust proofing on the subframe. There you go. The stock system actually comes down a bit, so I don't know what that's, if there is a reason for that or not. But anyways, there you go. They will mate up later when I get it to the exhaust shop. For now, I've just used some flex hosing on there. There's a little bit closer view there, showing the left side, how it goes down there, and the right side staying pretty level. Now, I have scraped if anything scrapes, it is the passenger side. I haven't dented it yet. I haven't really scraped it too bad, but there is, if I feel it, there is scratches on the bottom. So something you may want to look at, and something I did buy was some sort of like skid plate you can put on, just for now till I learn how far they go. The front shocks on this car are, what did I get? They are, I've got the Bilsteins, they wore out, and then so I put in the, what brand? I'll have to look up what brand, but they're from Rock Auto and they're on closeout, $20 each. They don't have any bump stops and it just goes down all the way. They're pretty soft. So, definitely run a nice, stiff suspension with this, keep it from bottoming. So here's what I did in the meantime, just so I could test drive it. We've got some just flex tubing, which doesn't last very long at all here. Let's take me out of the way. And I'll zoom in a bit here. There's just enough room to get it in. So it made it up here to the collector extender there. And then went down and went nicely. Now these particular ones were the 2.5, and I thought I would crush them down to fit over the 2.25. Nah, they leaked a lot. Didn't work really good. Sounded cool though. So let's go on. What else we got here? Never sees. That goes without saying, so you can get the stuff back off. Anything else? That might be it for now. I do have a video, and I was looking at possibly getting something like this welded in there to let it flex a bit. So we'll see. Add other random parts here. I've got 150,000 Ks on this car. What's this? Oh, this is a video. I'm going to upload this separate, and you can hear the startup and idle with that one. So that's the end of this video, and tune into the next one, and I'll post up the this video here because it's gonna, you get to hear it running. So there you go. All right. See ya.